Is Tuchel a German spy? As usual, the announcement of England's squad has sparked an uproar. This is a common occurrence. For a nation like England, which boasts an abundance of high-profile players, criticism is inevitable regardless of who gets selected. However, England manager Thomas Tuchel's choices are so baffling that one might genuinely wonder if he is a German spy. Let us first examine this from the manager's perspective. The vast majority of English players compete in the Premier League, with fewer than 5 playing abroad. Given this scenario, it appears his tactical vision relies heavily on core blocks from Manchester City and Arsenal. This approach mirrors past international successes. During Spain's golden era, the squad was built around a Real Madrid and Barcelona core, supplemented by just 1 or 2 players from other clubs. Similarly, Germany's peak years relied on a solid Bayern Munich foundation. Consequently, Thomas Tuchel seems intent on constructing his England squad around an Arsenal and Manchester City base. Tuchel's roster heavily features 4 players each from Manchester City and Arsenal, while the remaining slots are filled with 1 or 2 players from various other clubs. Interestingly, Liverpool players are entirely absent, a omission that might be explained by the fact that Liverpool is a Dutch influence club, tactically under current management. Thus, Thomas Tuchel intends to march into the World Cup utilizing an Arsenal-Manchester City axis. This represents a calculated assumption of the head coach's perspective. Now, let us address the critical counter-arguments. The goalkeeping department is undisputed, so we will bypass it and focus first on the defense. Why was John Stones included? Stones has struggled significantly with injuries at Manchester City this season. He has made only 8 appearances for his club, averaging a mere 45 minutes per game. Yet, a player in this condition has been selected over Harry Maguire, who is enjoying excellent form with Manchester United this season. This is utterly unbelievable. While John Stones was undeniably great in the past, Harry Maguire has been the superior performer this season. Maguire offers a distinct aerial advantage and, when required, can push into the opposition box to score. He is an invaluable asset for set pieces. Excluding a player of his profile is shocking. Logically, Mark Guehi and Harry Maguire should be England's undisputed starting centre-back pairing. It is hard to comprehend what Tuchel is doing. Moving on to Jed Spence, his inclusion is completely baffling. Strictly speaking, no player from Tottenham Hotspur this season deserves to wear the England shirt. There were 2 far better alternatives for Jed Spence's position. The first is Luke Shaw, who has remained injury-free this season and featured consistently for Manchester United. While his form may not be world-class, he is certainly not inferior to Spence. Furthermore, Luke Shaw has consistently proven to be a highly potent threat when playing for the national team. Even if Tuchel chose to omit Luke Shaw due to personal preference, why was Newcastle's Lewis Hall left out? Hall has been exceptionally composed and has performed outstandingly this season. It raises the question of whether Thomas Tuchel has even watched Newcastle's matches. In reality, either Luke Shaw or Lewis Hall should have been included, while a player involved in a season-long relegation battle should have been left at home to rest. The remaining defensive selections are acceptable. While Trent Alexander-Arnold deserved a call-up, the gap between him and Tuchel's chosen options is not drastically wide, so it warrants less debate. Let us pivot to the midfield and attack. Jordan Henderson? I will try to contain my laughter. It is highly improbable that he was selected for his on-pitch contributions. Rather, he was likely brought along for dressing room leadership. If that is the case, Harry Kane might as well hand over the captain's armband. England's decisions can be comical at times, sacrificing a squad spot just to accommodate leadership qualities. In truth, Adam Wharton should have been selected. Even if Wharton's inclusion meant sitting on the bench behind Declan Rice, one must consider which option presents a more formidable substitute, Henderson or Wharton. The answer is obvious. The rest of the midfield selection is relatively undisputed, so let us look at the attack. Although Bukayo Saka's work rate has declined this season, England lacks alternative options for the right flank, leaving Saka as the definitive choice, with Noni Madueke acting as his backup. Admittedly, Madueke is not quite elite international caliber, but his inclusion is acceptable under the circumstances. On the left flank, England will rely on Marcus Rashford and Anthony Gordon. This winger pairing does not inspire immense confidence. A significant portion of Gordon's goals this season have come from the penalty spot. Frankly, this current English winger duo feels like one of the weakest in the modern history of the national team, though opinions may vary. In the center, Harry Kane is the undisputed starter. His backup, Ollie Watkins, is experiencing a dip in form this season, but his selection is acceptable. Ivan Toney is also included. As the top scorer in the Saudi Pro League, his call-up is justifiable given the lack of other robust, fully fit English strikers. Should Harry Kane become unavailable, England's attacking prospects look deeply concerning. While the attacking selections appear weak, there are few viable alternatives to insert into these positions, so the choices must be accepted. Cole Palmer's omission feels justified based on his current form, and as a young player, he still has plenty of time to develop. Including Palmer would not have significantly upgraded the front line's potency anyway. Regarding Phil Foden, he functions as a tactical wildcard. He can operate on the left, the right, or in the number 10 role. Paradoxically, this versatility is his primary issue, definitive master position, a specific role where he poses an absolute danger to opposition defenses. He cannot displace Rashford on the left, nor can he unseat Saka on the right. His prospects of taking the number 10 role from Jude Bellingham are non-existent. Consequently, there is currently no natural place for him in this England starting 11. Even as a bench option, Foden's performances have declined this season. He has been left out of the lineup even during critical periods for Manchester City. While the omission of a name like Foden is shocking on paper, current form dictates that Gordon and Madueke have delivered superior performances for their respective clubs. In conclusion, this England squad fails to inspire high confidence and falls significantly short when compared to the depth of France or Portugal. However, this is merely an on-paper analysis. The England manager has selected the players he deems best and believes will fit his tactical system, so we must wait and see how far they can progress. To the England fans out there, what are your thoughts and analyses on this current squad?